Will this ghost pepper and jalapeno cheddar cheese make the spiciest chaffles we've ever had? I'm not gonna lie, kind of nervous about this one, but let's give it a try. Okay, so for this week's chaffle recipe, we've got some of this ghost pepper and jalapeno cheddar cheese. You can see, I don't know if you can see there, it's got a medium heat rating, 2 out of 3 chilies. Now I've never had this cheese before. It's from a local store. Again, you may not be able to find this specific cheese, but this just gives you an idea what a ghost pepper cheese might do in a chaffle. Like I say, I'm a little bit worried about this one. Haven't tried this cheese before. It may be really spicy or it may not be too bad. So this is 2/3 of a cup of that cheese that I've shredded up. So we're gonna add it in our bowl with 1 egg here. That's 1 large egg. And then I've got some shredded Parmesan cheese here that we're gonna use when we actually cook the chaffles in the Dash Minis. We'll put that down before we put our mixture in to help give it a little bit more of a crispy texture. This seems to be a fairly oily cheese, so I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna turn out, but you know, I'm always willing to try new things pretty much every week. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps. We're getting really close to that 3,000 subscriber mark, which I keep looking at that every day thinking, you know, I never really ever imagined that we get to that point, but happy everyone's along with this adventure that we're on. And if you do subscribe, make sure you turn on those notifications so that you'll always be notified when we have new recipes every week on Saturday. So we've got our cheese mixed in with our egg here. Doesn't need to be, you know, overly mixed or anything. We just want to get that in there, and I'm not adding anything else into this. It's just the cheese and egg this week. The Parmesan cheese that I'm going to use when I'm cooking it will add a bit of a salty flavor to it, but we're not going to add any spices into this as well. I just want to let the cheese do its thing and see how it turns out. So let me get the Dash Minis set up and we'll get cooking. Okay, so the Dash Minis are both preheated here, ready to go. Only takes a couple minutes to get them up to temperature. So here's where this shredded Parmesan cheese is going to come in. What we're going to do is we're just going to put some of this down in the Dash Minis on the bottom, and then we're going to put some on the top of the chaffle mix as well. Now this does a couple of different things. It gives you a nice crispy texture on the outside of the chaffles, plus it will add a little bit of flavor to it as well. So now we're going to take our mixture here and we're going to add it in to the Dash Minis. Now this 1 egg and 2/3 of a cup of cheese will, as a basic rule, make 2 chaffles. That's the basic recipe that we work off every week. If you wanted to make more chaffles, obviously you can increase the ingredients that you use. And obviously you don't have to use these Dash Minis to make your chaffles. I use them because it's pretty easy for these videos, and it's only myself that's eating them, so I don't usually make them in bulk. I typically make them for, you know, using as burger buns or grilled cheese buns or whatever. So that's why I use the Dash Minis, but you know, feel free to use whatever waffle irons you have. It works in anything. So we'll get these closed up. Or actually, almost forgot. I always seem to do that. Let's put a little more of this Parmesan cheese on top of our chaffles here so that we get it crispy on both sides. There we go. So now we can close these up and take about 4 or 5 minutes and they'll be all done. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes. The steam has stopped more or less from the chaffle or the waffle irons here. That's usually how you can tell if the chaffles are cooked, once the steam starts to slow down. So let's open these up. Nice and golden brown. You can see they cooked up really nice here. So we'll get this first one out, flip it over. You can see that Parmesan cheese that was on the bottom. Now I'm going to put these on a wire rack for a couple minutes just to let them cool down a little bit before we give it a try. So there's the other one. That's the top of it. They turned out really nice. So hopefully they taste as good as they look. So we'll be back a couple of minutes and we'll give them a try. Okay, so our chaffles have cooled down a little bit. Now this is the bottom of the chaffles. As you can see, it's nice and crispy. The top side doesn't look as crispy, but it's still got a good crisp texture to it. And they smell really good. So I guess there's nothing left to do but to give it a try. First though, we're gonna see what kind of cheese pull we get off this cheddar cheese. It's not too bad. Not the best one I've ever seen, but let's give this a try. Again, I'm not exactly sure how spicy this cheese is. I've never actually even tried it. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's definitely got a good spice to it. It's actually growing a little bit. So yeah, this is an interesting chaffle for sure. I'd still say it's a real win. You know, it's nice and crispy, nice and cheesy. So I'd definitely give that a thumbs up. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. That's about it for this week. So if you did like it, give it a thumbs up. And again, consider subscribing. We go live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and then drop these recipe videos every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So we will see you on the next one. Keep on thriving, my friends.